Hey guys, alright, so it's Father's Day, and I am going to smoke the Joya De Nicaragua Celebracion. This is a Nicaraguan puro that was gifted to me. This is the second cigar that was gifted to me from STL in NYC 9090, still in New York City. 9090 YouTube viewer and fellow blogger. He said that this one he'd sort of lost his taste for this one, so I will give it a shot. And I figured the name is appropriate for it being Father's Day. And even though I can't be there with my dad in California, I gave him a call this morning, and he and I are smoking a cigar uh, so that we could at least be enjoying the same pleasures at the same time. So, I'll get her cut. This is a Nicaraguan puro, as I said before. It is now the Joya de Nicaragua line is known for their very bold, very powerful cigars. Very strong. Usually, when I've smoked them before, they've left me flat on my butt. So. This one is actually supposed to be a little lighter. This is the 6x52 Torpedo. The wrapper is beautiful, almost a Colorado red in the sunlight here. A couple imperfections and blemishes, but that's alright as long as it doesn't affect the draw. Smells like almond and chocolate, kind of like Mexican hot chocolate, if you've had that. Kind of sugary, but yeah, we'll give it a shot. Pre-light draw is very nice. Get her lit up and tell you what I think. Alright, so I just lit up and took my first few initial puffs. It's very pleasant on the tongue. I got very clearly the contrast that I like in a cigar right now, which is a contrast between a spice and some contrasting aspect like sweetness or cream or something to contrast that. I'm not a fan of meat in a cigar at the moment, but and this doesn't have that beef jerky type flavor there. It's very nice on the tongue. With it first hits you with a little sweetness, and then it goes right into spice, and then there's an overall palate feeling of cream. A really nice cream, and the draw is I think just strong enough. It's not quite too heavy, but it's not quite too light either, and it makes you work just a little bit, and you don't get a ton of smoke, but that smoke you get is very flavor packed. So. Like one of the descriptions of one of the websites of this cigar is that it is a lighter strength cigar with even more body than the normal, even more character and flavor than the normal Joya de Nicaragua. So, and I'm definitely seeing that. You can't ask for better construction than that. Like, that's a beautiful burn. I'm still getting some sweet roasted nuts. It's definitely almond or hazelnut. Beautiful, lovely cigar. So, alright, so this is a quarter or so, a little bit more into the Joya de Nicaragua Celebracion. It's interesting because it smokes very slowly, but I'm not sure if it's my fault or the cigar's fault. I think the cigar, because the draw is just a little bit tighter than I would personally prefer. And I think because the draw is tighter, it's smoking slower, which is probably a good thing because the smoke is really cool, and it's nice. You just don't get a whole lot of it. But like I said before, there's lots of flavor in that little bit of smoke. It's burn line, little whatever, still fine. The the one thing I'm a little worried about is that the pepper, the spice, has started to kind of fall off the side. So I'm just getting a lot of sweetness and a little cream, and not a whole lot of contrast to that. Like, you know, sugar, sweet milk or sweet cream is great, but it usually goes in contrast with something like strawberries or coffee or something. And that's the same with cigars for me, at least. So if it's just sweet and just creamy, then I won't like it very much. But if I really need that spice background. So far, and it's really turning out to be a mild cigar. At first it was medium. It was mild to medium. It would touch on medium to full, but at the moment it's a very mild cigar. So yeah, it's enjoyable. Well, we'll see what happens as it smokes down. Alright, so another quarter down here on this Joya De Nicaragua Celebracion. Yeah, the spice, I mean, there's balance there. It's not, like, the spice isn't as forward as it was before. Yeah, but it's still there. It's just not very perceptible. It is giving balance, though. It's a little sickeningly sweet to me. It's kind of like creme de almond, or I can't remember what the creme de something almonded French is, but yeah, it's very almondy, very fatty nut of some sort, roasted fatty nut of some sort. There's a little soapiness to it. At times, it's a little like maybe ammonia, but just a little bit left. There's lots of flavor, but it's kind of just a couple of flavors, and those are relatively strong, and are making it kind of hard to pick up other things deeper in the cigar. Ash is hanging on beautifully. I mean, it's almost halfway, and it's so sturdy. I don't know. It's not even falling off right now. And there's a chipmunk underneath my chair right now. They have no fear. Anyways, yeah. So that's kind of. It's a nice, relaxing, easy smoke. Not challenging. Not kicking me on my butt, which is great. It's definitely not what the company on the company website, Joya De Nicaragua, they say this is a medium to full. Definitely not a medium to full as far as I can tell right now. So yeah. All right, last third of the cigar. Got that much left. I've had to change my angle of recline because it definitely packs the same nicotine punch as the rest of the line, the rest of their lines, but it doesn't come across that way when you're smoking it. I didn't notice it till I stood up. But no, it's beautiful. The heat is really bringing out the almond and the cinnamon, and the spice is coming back around, but it's different this time. It's not a peppery spice. It's more of a it's more of a nutmeggy cinnamon, so which is very enjoyable. It's almost Christmas flavors. Love the cigar. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I really wish it had a little bit more pepper, but that's all right. It's very relaxing, calming. If you got a sweet tooth, it almost tastes flavored. So, beautiful cigar, great price, $6 a stick. Can't beat that for this quality. So, yeah, absolutely recommend it. Happy Father's Day.